of its key constituents, that is the DMK. Many of the alliance partners have been distancing themselves from Udhayanidhi Stalin's controversy. Now, what was that controversy all about? Well, it was about a statement that he had given at the Progressive Writers Artists Forum, and over there he said that Sanatan Dharma should be eradicated, is what he said. Later he tried to clarify, saying he was against the principles of Sanatan Dharma. But however, this particular statement was something that created a complete quake of sorts within the India alliance, and the BJP was quick to ask questions to some of the alliance partners that do they ascribe to his views as alliance partners. However, even in the Congress, the issue has become a talking point of difference. In fact, within the Congress itself, there have been several people who have been given different opinions about this factor. Now, what was this statement all about, and what is the latest manner in which Udayanidhi sees itself? Remember, he said that he sticks to his statement and that he will not make any changes, and reiterated again and again. Even at another forum, he did say the same thing. Let's listen into what Udhayanidhi Stalin had to say.
என்ன பத்தி தான் பேசிட்டு இருக்காங்க. என்ன சனாதனம். சென்னையில நேற்று முன்தினம் ஒரு மாநாடு. அந்த மாநாட்டோட பேரு சனாதன ஒழிப்பு மாநாடு தான். அதுல என்ன பேசுனேன்? சனாதனத்தை ஒழிக்க வேண்டும். எப்படி கொசு, மலேரியா, டெங்கு, காலரா, கோவிடை ஒழிச்சோமோ அதே மாதிரி சனாதன கோட்பாடுகளை ஒழிக்க வேண்டும் சொன்னேன். அந்த மேடையிலே நான் சொன்னேன், நான் இப்ப பேசிட்டு இருக்கிறேன், இந்த பேச்சு வெளில போனோடனே நிறைய பேரோட வயிற்றுச்சல் இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொன்னேன். நான் சொன்னது நடந்துருச்சு. அமித்ஷால ஆரம்பிச்சு நட்டா வரைக்கும் இப்ப உதயநிதி பத்தி தான் பேசிட்டு இருக்காங்க. இந்தியா முழுக்க புகார் கொடுக்கப்பட்டிருக்கு, என்ன கைது செய்யணும்னு. இன்றைக்கு ஒரு சாமியார் என்னுடைய தலைக்கு வேலை வச்சிருக்கிறார். 10 கோடி. உதயநிதி தலையை யார் வெட்டி எடுத்து வராங்களோ அவங்களுக்கு 10 கோடி தொகை.
Well, that was in fact Udhayanidhi Stalin also speaking about that he's got a 10 crore bounty on his head by someone, a religious leader has given that kind of a bounty. So he was going ahead and making that statement. To discuss more about this, in the studios we have our political editor of News9 with us. We have Brajesh Pandey who joins us. We are also having a huge panel of guests. We have Shyam Prasad Meka who joins us from the Congress, Vijay Prasad spokespersons who are for the BJP, Bhanuchandra Nagarajan, political analysts. All of them also will be joining us soon. They have in fact joined us. All of them are ready for the talk. But first, let me go to Brajesh. Brajesh, it's a myriad of ideologies that have come together. Technically opposites. If you look at the Shivsena, it has its right-wing ideology, the CPM extreme left, and then the Congress in a centrist position. What was the uniting factor for any of these parties to come together other than, the staunch opposition against the BJP? Interestingly enough, today 6 bipolls are happening. Within this alliance, you have the CPIM contesting against the Congress in Pudupalli, but they are alliance partners in the India bloc. Udayanidhi Stalin's comment, how much of a unity shake-up it has done? It has threatened the unity to an extent where leaders, in fact, in the alliance group doesn't know whether to distance, to go ahead and say that they agree with him. And within the Congress itself, there are different leaders with different opinions. Basically, this has come as a bolt out of the blue just ahead of these bipolls. And the India alliance, well, we've been saying that it is very difficult to come to a unity factor for them, but that unity has been shaken by this.
Well, I think, nobody has any kind of doubt that, that the coming together of these 28 parties from diverse political ideologies, from diverse political, stand vis-a-vis various situations. Whenever people come together, there has to be a degree of sacrifice which has to be made by all of them to ensure that they stay united. The coming together was driven by only one ideology, that is to dislodge Prime Minister Narendra Modi from power. Now pursuit of power is no crime. I personally don't see it as a sin and all. But the thing is that when you are going for this kind of, making a bloc, a coming together of thing, you have to also understand that you cannot make or say something which will inconvenience or which will put your own alliance on mat. If you remember, Varghese, Rahul Gandhi would take pot shots at Savarkar left, right and center. But then Maharashtra political parties, NCP, Shivsena, realized that, this will create a lot of political problem for them. They went to Rahul Gandhi, explained the entire situation. For the last month and a half, you haven't seen one word about
Against
Savarkar from Rahul Gandhi. This is what you call, making sure that the coalition dharma is being followed. What was said by Udhayanidhi Stalin may not have any kind of repercussion in south of India, but in the north of India, it has a massive potential of torpedoing Congress and other political parties which are primarily based in North India. This has made their situation very, very uncomfortable, and that is something with it couldn't have come at a better time, for the BJP.
Well, interestingly enough, what he said is correct. Now, let me, in fact, get in our guests as well into the discussion. Well, let us go first to Shyam Prasad Mekar, who is the Congress leader, who is in fact joining us as well. Shyam Prasad, how do you see this statement? Do you, in fact, see this statement as a part of an ally statement and therefore you tend to distance? Because I'm not saying that when I looked at Congress's reactions, you have Priyank Kharge who endorsed it, Karthi Chidambaram who endorsed it, but then there are Congress leaders from the north who said that, this is not to be made, people should have been sensitive about it. So it looks like within the party there is a divide. There is a huge divide within the party whether to endorse it or not.
See, Varghese, Congress party works like a rainbow coalition. It reflects the people of India. All streams of thought are in Congress. And Congress way is try and find a solution between all of them. So Congress, you will have a Karthi Chidambaram who will support Udayanidhi Stalin. You will have a Pramod Krishnan who will oppose vehemently what Udayanidhi Stalin has said. See, Congress reflects this society and the society is reflected in Congress. That's how we work. But as a political party, we don't come out with a stand on these things. We will let people to disagree agreeably and find out a workable solution. That's how Congress works.
But Shyam Prasad
So Congress party will not, as an individual, as a Congress man.
I understand that. See, I understand that because Venugopal said Sarva Dharma Sambhava is what he in fact went ahead and said at the end of the day. He said that is the stance that we have. We respect everyone's belief. But your principal rival is asking this question. Do you agree with what the DMK is saying? And DMK has a historical reason for saying it. They have been an anti-religious movement. They have been an iconoclast party. They have challenged, the norms of society. Your party was at the receiving end of it when DMK was at its initial infancy, and they challenged the Congress, and Congress was seen as the custodians of all this culture that it was trying to hold on to. But now, as part of your ally, once opposition has become your ally, this is quite strange. Do you actually agree or not is the question, because the BJP is saying, do you subscribe to it or not? There is no in between. There is nothing. It's yes or no.
Okay. So let me lay the hypocrisy of BJP bare here.
Yeah, okay.
Brajesh, have you seen BJP asking Mayawati and BSP about the same question? Have you seen them asking Naveen Patnaik or KCR about what is their stand on this? They won't. They have a fixed narrative. They are trying to do that just to hoodwink people. Right, so this is not the old Congress who will fall into the traps of these things by loose statements of one or two leaders. This is Rahul Gandhi's Congress. Come on, don't try these old tricks.
Well, in fact, let's ask the BJP themselves on this. Vijay Prasad, who's spokesperson for BJP, also joins us. Vijay Prasad, how do you, in fact, respond to Mekar saying that it is hypocritical on the part of the BJP that it does not ask its allies on whether they agree or not, but it tends to ask its principal rival on this statement? Is there any merit in that argument?
See, thanks, Varghese. See, in 1933. Hitler said Judaism is like a tuberculosis that needs to be eradicated. In 2023, 90 years later, a person called Udhayanidhi Stalin says Sanatana Dharma, Hinduism is like mosquito, dengue, flu, malaria, that needs to be eradicated. Vinashakale viparita buddhi. They are paving way for their own downfall. It's a horrendous remark on the Hindus. See, if you look into the way Udhayanidhi Stalin makes this statement, it is a prepared speech. He was reading from the prepared text and he is consciously speaking what he is supposed to speak. He uses the words like dengue, COVID, eradication. Making fun of Hindus, bashing Hindus has become recent fashion statement for many people like Udhayanidhi Stalin and even Kharge, Mallikarjun Kharge. See, look, Varghese, it is the Sanatan hatred, Hindus hatred. It is in the blood of Congress. This is the Mumbai agenda. Recently, when they joined together in Mumbai, this is the agenda they have chosen. सनातन को गाली दो कि मिली वोट बैंक की ताली. See, what Udhayanidhi Stalin said is not a one-off sequence. See, even Kharge himself has targeted Sanatan Dharma. He has targeted Hindus. Even Samajwadi Party has said Hindu is a dokha. RJD says that Ramcharita he makes a statement against Ramcharita. Someone says Ram is a thief. IUML says Hindus should be exterminated. So, Varghese, there is a clear pattern, and these Hindus bashers have come together and formed an alliance called I.N.D.I.A alliance. Where is this Janayudhari, Rahul and Uddhav Thackeray has not made a single tweet condemning this kind of statements. See, it is up to you. It is up to you to follow whatever the religion you want. But why do you want to target Hindus? Why are you against the Hindus? It is a horrendous remarks. See, they are saying, let's destroy Sanatan Dharma. What are you going to give in return? Do you have anything in mind? What is that you are going to do? They said destroy temples. What are you going to give in return? Which religion are you giving giving the options for these people? Why are you so showing your hatred against these people? See, Varghese, this is the election time. There is a concentrated effort to bash Modi, go against Modi. In the voice of going against Modi, so they are making these kind of statements, go against Hindus, go against this one, so that they can get vote bank thali.
See, I would like to get in a political.
I want to ask the Congress spokesperson, make one single question. Are you not a Hindu? Do you want to hear these kind of Hindu bashing statements from your own people? Come on, Meka. Are you not ashamed to be in Congress? Why don't you resign from Congress and then get out of that party? Do you want to listen to this all kind of hatred and horrendous comments? Can Udhayanidhi Stalin, can he stop his mother, his own mother, from going to temple? She is offering tulabara, she is offering some gold coverings to so many temples.
So
she is offering rights.
That falls under the personal beliefs of a person. So anyway, I'll try to get a political analyst over here. Once again, I just need to give him time because he's not yet been introduced into the discussion. I will give you your time. I will be giving you your time. I will be giving your time, Vijay Prasadji. I'll be giving your time. I just need to introduce our third guest also, who's been waiting patiently, listening to this, so that I can get him into the discussion. We are going to have a great discussion, that's for sure. But let me introduce Bhanachandra Nagarajan, a political analyst on this. Bhanachandra, you heard the debate. I mean, I don't need to speak about it, but you heard the debate from both the sides. How do you see this? I mean, is this a pitch to be put across? Because yes, DMK has a history of being, anti-establishment, anti-religion. They have a very Periyarist line in their statements. Though they keep saying that we are anti-ritual, superstition and other things, but it tends to fall into that category, and they've been anti-casteist. Interestingly enough, this particular statement that has come in from Udhayanidhi Stalin has been touted as an anti-Hindu approach, and the alliance, the greater alliance of I.N.D.I.A has been targeted as saying that they are an anti-Hindu alliance. Poll pitch ready for 2024? Mr. Barnett?
Aristotle said that one of the distinguishing traits of being a human is to distinguish between virtue and vice. It is one of those events which has to be condemned categorically, irrespective of your political proclivities or irrespective of your religious affiliation. It is that sort of a statement. And within the India alliance itself, of course, the BJP has been opposing it, which is par for the course. But even within the India alliance, there have been leaders that have come out and opposed this statement. For example, like Mamta Banerjee and Shivsena and so on, right? Such statements are par for the course for DMK. It has been happening continuously, and just because people can't understand Tamil in most of India, most of these comments have been passed on, or they are not looked at or not analyzed. But this one has lit up, and it has come to the fore. So there are many internal contradictions in the India alliance, which you mentioned in your initial remark, and Mr. Pandey's remark as well. So those are coming out one by one, and one thing I want to say, it's sort of disappointing to hear, even as a political analyst, to Mr. Meka, right? The equivocation that he displayed, right? It's very sad. Somebody has to condemn it very clearly. And this sort of equivocation used to work in the early 2000s when there was no social media and the prevalence of media was very less. Now that is not the case. People are actually hearing everything. People are watching everything. And the Prime Minister has not spoken yet because perhaps of G20 and the upcoming Parliament session. But the BJP will keep this alive till even the set of assembly elections. And the Prime Minister at some point will definitely harp on this issue. So it is going to be destructive for the India alliance. But I would say that for the DMK, from a selfish perspective, there is a vote bank for these sort of statements. So the internal contradictions are there. Let's see how the opposition handles it.
Okay, the internal contradictions are there. Since you raised the issue about Mamta Banerjee, I'll just play out that bite where she distances from this particular comment and asks for some kind of sensitivity while addressing issues of such nature. Let's listen into what Mamta Banerjee had to say.
I have a great regards for Tamil Nadu people, full of South India, and also Stalin also I respect. But my humble request would be to them. Every religion, they have their separate sentiment. What we say always that if you divide my full body, it is different caste, different religions, and India is for that. India is a secular country, India is a democratic country, and at the same time, unity in diversity is our origin. So I respect Sanatan Dharma because we know the Rig Ved, so many Veds, and it came from our Upasana, Aradhana, Bandhana, from them. And also Sanatan Dharma, I give them pension also because there are so many Purohit. They puja part jo karte hai, to puja part karte hai. They do the pujas. So how it is followed, the Balapati is very popular in South India and all over the country. Now Siddhi Data Vinayak is popular in Maharashtra, all the country. Durga Puja is popular but belongs to every country. Now we go to Mandir, Masjid, Temple, Church, everywhere. We should not involve in any matter which may hurt any section of people. Maybe he's a junior, so he may not be knowing that. But from my side, I can give my views that I also came to know this, but I do not know from which vision they have said so. I feel that they have to respect every religion.
So you condemn this statement?
Instead of saying condemn, my humble request to everybody that we should not comment anything which may hurt the major section or the small section of the people. We have to remember unity and diversity.
I did not reiterate what Udhayanidhi Stalin has said. I am merely saying what I stand for. I stand for Constitution. I believe in the Constitution, and my religion is the Constitution because it preserves the dignity of a human being. It preaches equality, and it preaches about equal social and economic rights. And that's all I stand for. So it does not matter to me what anybody is saying, anybody is thinking.
Well, in fact, we have Shyamprasad Meka holding up a book just up there. What is the book that you are in fact trying to hold up, Meka? You seem to be eager to speak about it.
Since a question is specifically asked, our friend Vijay Prasad actually asked me, are you not a Hindu? Why are you still in Congress? Right? I'm telling you, I am a Hindu who has read the 4 Vedas and at least 11 Upanishads. Okay? I am a Hindu who has read Ramayana and Mahabharata. I am a Hindu who believes the Karma Siddhanta is nonsensical. I am a Hindu who believes Varnashrama Dharma is stupidity. I am a Hindu who believes that reincarnation and Punarjanma is idiotic. Now you tell me, am I a Hindu or not? You tell me, am I Sanatan or not? First of all, you define what is Sanatan. Everybody is going by a different definition, so it is happening. I understood Udayanidhi Stalin was a Sanatana Dharma which upholds Varnashrama Dharma, which upholds reincarnation, which upholds Karma Siddhanta. Hence, I will support Udhayanidhi Stalin's statement. If you want to attribute it to a different definition of Sanatana Dharma, then come out and tell me that definition.
Well, that's a statement coming in saying that, Brijesh, of course, we are going into too much of theology and the politics that we are looking at. But the fact remains is that within Hinduism, there are different expressions. You have, the Charvakas who, as Meka probably falls in that particular school of being atheist within the religion, who do not believe in certain aspects of it, and there are in different aspects of it. So all of them do constitute the different expressions of Hinduism. Now, my question over here is like suddenly, when we have Mr. Vijay Prasad speaking, to be a Hindu, is it to be associated with a party that espouses its cause? For me, it came out like that.
Well, Varghese, it depends on what you're aiming at. Like, if we are holding a discussion about, the pitfalls of or the lacunas in a particular religion, we can discuss it all the way because,
every religion has
every religion has it. Of course, every religion
lacunas.
has. Anybody who believes that
nobody is perfect.
But the point is that when you are a political party, and when you are trying, when 28 of them have come together to fight election against BJP, and the elections are literally around the corner, does these kind of statements help? No, they don't.
No, they don't help. Exactly.
They don't help, and they are more seen as harakiri rather than propagate what one believes or not. I may be a practicing Hindu, I may not be a practicing Hindu. That doesn't take me away from the fact that yes, I was born into a particular religion and my family believes and so on and so forth. But if I'm a practicing politician, then I will behave in a particular way. This particular statement is virtually giving BJP the kind of opening they were looking for. What exactly is the use of this particular statement?
That's what
like
Prime Minister was saying, Jai Bajrangabali.
No. See, Meka, I'm not saying whether what Prime Minister said, the Bajrangbali didn't help him. But then there is also the fact that, that Rahul Gandhi also went from one temple to another. It didn't help him either. So all I am saying is that,
we go to temples not because of elections. That is the Prime Minister's job. Congress party practices its religion and speaks its mind. Prime Minister does it for the politics. That's the difference.
Meka, I know everybody does it for politics. Everybody does it for politics. Other than election, nobody shows anything. We don't get to know if anybody is for population until unless there is election round the corner. You know it, I know it. So let's not get into that. What I'm saying is,
stop thinking that Hindus are
Meka, hand on heart, tell me how many times have you seen any political leader belonging from any political side going to a temple or temple office and making sure nobody does it.
हिंदू आपको पहचान ले, हिंदू मूर्ख नहीं है मोदी जी. हिंदू आपको पहचान लिया, हिंदू मूर्ख नहीं है.
But see, the question of Vijay Prasad wants to make a statement. Yes.
Yeah. See, Varghese, I want to tell Meka, Shyamprasad Meka, that Rahul Gandhi jumps from one temple to another. Priyanka Gandhi jumps from one temple to other only during the election time. But Prime
What is
Minister
your
Modi
problem?
is going
So
for,
every
who
day
is
they come
going
and
to,
give
he is
you a
going
token
to,
and then
no,
go
no,
to a
he is
temple.
going to temple throughout his life. It is not only during the election. You are totally wrong, Meka. You are totally wrong and making a misconception statement. See, this is the
Well,
same.
gentlemen,
This is the same. This is the same. No, no, Varghese,
see,
Varghese,
gentlemen,
let me make a point.
let me put this into context. Gentlemen, come on, gentlemen. I understand, when it comes to religion and God. Let me ask this question. Gentlemen. Mr. Maker and Mr. Prasad, I need to intervene over here. That's what I'm saying. I have this question. Whenever elections come, who needs your governance? Does God require your governance, or does the people of this country require your governance? My question is that if God is almighty, I don't think God requires protection. The people are the weaker ones. In Karnataka Assembly, they've written God's work as government work is God's work. That means it is the governance that is required by the people. I don't think so. God requires our protection at all. So let's come to the debate. At the end of the day, for me, yes, if you're hurt, if your religious sentiment is hurt, I understand that. But yesterday also I did a show like this. I told them I believe in what Voltaire said. He said that I will not like what you're talking about, but I will defend your right to speak about it. And Vijay Prasadji, I know, see, this is the oldest religion we are talking about. It started off with so many problems. There were Reformation movements within this religion. There have been invasions in this religion. Still it is there, thriving. You know what is the reason for it? It did not get wiped out as any other religions of the world and still survive. A 6,000-year-old religion, probably older than that, still survives in the world as a civilizational inheritance for you to follow also. You know what is the reason? Because it was all encompassing. It took criticism, it gave space for criticism, it had orthodoxy, it had unorthodoxy also, but all were within one fold. That's what it related to it. But the issue over here is that you guys are all playing politics for God, and God doesn't require it because all of us believe that God is almighty.
Varghese, it is a total hypocrisy.
Yeah, one second. I'll give it to Vijay Prasadji. After that, I'll come to you, Mr. Maker.
No. Okay. See, this is a total hypocrisy of the Congress. See, whether it can be British, Mughals, Rahul Gandhi, Nehru, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, next Meka, they try to demolish, they try to bury, they try to eradicate Hindus. No, they will be unsuccessful in their attempt. Nothing will happen. So, let us take an example of Karunanidhi. Throughout his life, he said, let us destroy Hindus. So there is no Sanatan Dharma. During the fag end of his life, on his deathbed, he writes a will and says that you should bury me as per the Hindu tradition. This is the DMK. Let us take the example of Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi talks about Mohabbat ki Dukaan. Where is Mohabbat ki Dukaan? The DMK Skion talks about eradicating Sanatana Dharma. There is a silent support for this genocidal call. India Alliance, true to its name.
How, Mr. Vijay Prasad, see, I'll be very honest with you. Let me be very, I understand that fear that is always there, but let me be honest with you. Genocidal call, when you say, I don't think so it's a genocidal call that was put out over there, but there was an attempt to hit out at the principles of a religion, that belief in that religion. I never agree with Stalin when he compares your belief to, the COVID and malaria and all that. You can't equate certain belief to a disease. That I don't agree, but I don't think so it was a genocidal call.
The mindset, Varghese. It is a talk
See,
about the
idea
mindset,
versus idea keeps happening. I mean, idea versus idea keeps happening over there. For example, a lot of Mr. Prasad, a lot of people within your party don't want the communists. They want to be finished. They say that eliminate the communists because they are the primary threat to this country. They say that. Does it mean that you're giving genocidal call against communists? No, you're trying to say that it's trying to eliminate this idea. That doesn't mean that you kill the people, right?
I will give you one more example, the classic example. Recently, the Karnataka government, irrespective of the party, they are taking crores and crores of rupees from a temple in Mysuru,
Chamundeshwari temple, yes, I've gone there.
And the same Chamundeshwari temple. These are the CM Siddaramaiah, who says, I don't believe in Hindus, there is no God, he's an atheist. He goes and offers 2,000 rupees under the Gruha Lakshmi as the first one. What kind of hypocrisy is this, Varghese?
See, that is what I'm saying. No, within Hinduism, see, unlike other religions, Hinduism has that scope to accommodate an atheist also. That is the beauty of that religion. Other religions cannot. You either believe in God or you don't believe in God. If you don't believe in God, you're out of the religious realm. In Hinduism, it doesn't have that clear marking as such.
Do you have the right to bash one religion? You follow any religion for that matter. You follow religion. It is up to you. But why do you take
that's
the
why I said I don't agree
you,
with hurting the sentiments of beliefs where you compare it with something that is, like a disease. I do not. But then, again, Mr. Vijay Prasad, there is a pattern to it. Karl Marx called religion as opium of the people. He called it an addiction. There are several other leaders who've called it several names to religion because most of these atheists think that it's a disease. In one of those Scandinavian countries, they've declared religion as a mental illness. Now, how do we define all these factors into it? Of course, it's the other side of the debate. But because Hinduism keeps itself open for a debate, it survives. No matter what its ethos will survive. Anyway, sorry, Bhanachandra has been silent for quite some time, so let me get him into the debate, into it as such.
You said
Mr. Bhanachandra, we were talking about, the kind of debate that we've gone about how this alliance is going to go further. You had the UBT faction coming out and saying that, there should be some sensitivity. Again, TMC has said, try to distance itself. Each one of them are having a problem when it comes to accommodating this statement. Has the DMK, which is also the third largest party, by the way, in the Lok Sabha, when it comes to numbers, has the DMK become a liability for the India alliance?
So one quick point on the previous debate. I didn't want to interrupt the talk between the two gentlemen. See, there is always scope for on one hand, on the other hand debate. Okay, that's definitely fair, and we should encourage it as well. But what Mr. Udayanidhi engaged in was utter hate speech. There is no equivocation there, right? So I think that is where I think there is a problem, and I think we should address it very clearly.
But then you should read the writings of you should be reading the writings of the Hindu from the school of Chavarkar, which is much more very difficult to read when it comes to the issue about ritual and other things. So I'm just saying.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, Mr. Varghese, hold on, please. Yeah. I've been waiting, right? So
sure. Go ahead.
Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you are right. I'm saying that atheism is fine, saying God is not there is fine. There are schools of thought, but eliminating Sanatan Dharma or using such terms are absolutely not allowed. Okay, and it is hate speech, and we all know that, and we are equivocating, and I think that's the problem. But anyway, let me come to the political side of things.
Okay.
As I said before, there is a constituency for this kind of a topic within Tamil Nadu, right? And it is not beneficial to the India alliance. And already the India alliance is like, it is troubled by a lot of contradictions, and it needs a forward push, right? It needs a forward push with the anchor being the Congress to take it some way forward to challenge the mighty BJP. You have seen the opinion polls that have been carried out by TV channels recently, right? And they give a very clear majority to BJP again. So if that is the opposition that you are going to face, then I think that there should be more cohesion and more forward movement, and not in this and not more division and people talking in many tones, right? So, and there was a media committee, I think, that was formed in the previous conference in Mumbai, but they have not come out and said anything. So I don't know where this is going. So I think that it gives an impression that things are not okay and things are not under control for the India alliance.
Okay. Let me in fact get Ms. Maker with us. Is Shyam Prasad Maker still with us?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you've seen this alliance of contradiction. One more thing that I've seen in this alliance is that most of these alliance partners have actually emerged as an opposition to your party. And most of them, for example, the recent alliance partner that you have is the AAP, which has made a career out of opposing you on the larger scale. So in that case, how difficult it has been for the Congress to actually keep everyone coordinated in this alliance? Because that day when Rahul Gandhi stood on the previous meet on that venue, what he said is that this represents the 60% of the people who did not vote for the BJP. 60 to 70%. That's what he meant. But keeping this coordinated under you, how difficult it is going to be?
See, that's actually the nature of Congress. Forget India alliance for a minute. Look at Congress itself. Congress will have all streams of thought within it. We find a way to work together. That's the strength of Congress. And carrying this India alliance, which represents different political thoughts, to save the democracy of India, to save the constitution, see, Congress is in a better position to do it, and they are doing it fine. Now, to my friend Vijay Prasad, I'll tell you, my friend, my parents named me Shyam Prasad, inspiring from Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. Don't tell me about Hinduism, Hindu nation being Hindu and all that. Now, you mentioned about survival, Varghese. Yes, I am proud that we as people, we have survived. Through us, the ideas survived. Not any Sanatan Dharma which survived. We, the people, survived. Because we were constantly questioning, on the lookout for change. We Gautam Buddha, we got a Jains, we got the Tirthankaras, we got a Ambedkar, we got Jyotiba Phule, we got Mahatma Gandhi, we got all these people. We as people inbuilt into ourselves this capacity and resilience to face and oppose the so-called Sanatan Dharma, which upholds the Varnashrama Dharma. So we as people, we have survived. We are proud of ourselves. We are proud of our fellow Indians. If anybody who want to take us to the Stone Age in the name of saying it's Sanatana Dharma, or by hoodwinking people that is Hinduism, we are not fools to fall into that trap. We know what we are doing very clearly.
Mr. Prasad wants to respond to that. Vijay Prasad, yours, yeah.
Yeah. See, just because Shyama Prasad Meka has been named after Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, he cannot be Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. Let us understand that thing first. You cannot be Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, sir.
I am diametrically opposite to him.
There is no. And then, Varghese.
Yes.
There is no dearth for the parties and the people in India, Gamandia, okay, to make a comment against the Hindus. Now the same people and the party have come together and formed an alliance so that they can make a concentrated and a single platform to bash the Hindus. That is one thing. And I would like to remind Shyama Prasad Meka and the Congress, Udhayanidhi Stalin, MK Stalin, Muka Stalin, everyone, that the emblem of the government of Tamil Nadu is temple. If you see the logo of the government of Tamil Nadu, there is a temple. Sir, will Udhayanidhi Stalin and the Stalin of yours and your alliance, are you going to change the Sanatana Dharma's icon? There is a temple icon there. What do you to call it, sir? Sir, you are taking the benefits of those from those temples and you are ripping the revenues generated from those temples, and you are making a concentrated effort to wipe out Sanatana Dharma and wipe out the Hindus. Sir, what is that you want from the Hindus? Why are you so? See, let's take one more example. See, Kashmir has got a 5,000, close to 5,600, 5,700 years of history. At one point of time, Kashmir had 98% Hindus and 2% other religion. And now the tables have turned up. 98% Muslims and 2% Hindus. What happened to that? There is a genocide. That means you are concentrated enough, and you are putting all your might to eradicate one religion. So why do you want to do that? Sir, you are free to follow any religion you want. You are free to choose. But why do you want to go against one religion, make hatred comments, make horrendous comments? What will you achieve from this? Just see, Sanatana Dharma or Hinduism does not mean Brahmins, only Brahmins. There are many people within the umbrella Hindu. Why are you so much against that? See, these things come up only during the election times. They want to, they want to make Gali out of one religion and take Thali out of one religion. Is this their hypocrisy? Is this their agenda? This is exactly what we are trying to say when this Gamandia alliance, they alliance, when they joined together when they came together in Mumbai, the agenda was to take on Hindus. The agenda was, that is the reason why Udhayanidhi Stalin carefully read out the statement that was given to him. That means he was conscious enough that he is making these statements from the written statements from so-called, so many, he has got so many advisors with him. So this is the concentrated effort from so many people. I'll tell you, whether they come from different this one, but certainly the bottom line is how much ever effort you put in, you will not be able to destroy Hindus or Hinduism or Sanatan Dharma. We are very strong enough. You try whatever you want, but you will not be able to budge an iota of our the energy or this one about the Dharma or the Hinduism.
At the same time, also, when we look at the entire thing, Brijesh, I just wanted to ask, what is the actual issue over here? Is it about saving democracy? Is it saving about religion? What is it? Because at the end of the day, you know, when DMK makes a statement, it is actually, it's for a particular audience within Tamil Nadu. But when you have an India alliance, of course, it becomes a liability for the entire thing. So for Tamil Nadu, it might work, but for the rest of India, people are just aghast. They said, what is happening? That also shows that we don't have an understanding of each other at the end of the day.
Well, more than understanding of each other, I think, you know, people are ignorant of others' Achilles heel. You know, in south of India, in Tamil Nadu, it may help DMK win more seats. But what will happen in West Bengal? What will happen in Uttar Pradesh? What will happen in Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Gujarat? I mean, my take is, I don't know how much of an impact it will have, but my take is that when you're forging an alliance, when you're trying to take on the formidable machinery of the BJP, you know, you ought to be careful about these kind of things. It's like literally walking into a trap set by them. But because, I mean, you know, you may discuss the Charvak style and you may say that, you know, I don't believe in rebirth and all and stupidity. I agree with you. But does majority of the people also agree with you? No, they don't. And you know, you're not having a debate on theology discussing finer points of, you know, what ails a particular religion and what doesn't ail a particular religion. So is the discussion about this? No. The discussion is about why make a statement which will have a cascading effect on your electoral prospect. Why do you do that? That's my understanding, and this is the reason why, you know, a majority of you know, whether be it Uddhav Thackeray or be it Mamta Banerjee or be it any of North Indian or the regional you know, parties and all, they're very, like, you know, they were taken aback and now they've started distancing themselves from this particular statement. And the statement made by Priyank Khadge has also not gone down well, because if the Congress really believes that, then they should come out and say it in open, and that would be suicidal. Why would any party want to do that? Because, you know, you have been trying your level best to gain traction, gain a foothold in Uttar Pradesh. You want to give BJP a solid fight in the state of Bihar, you know, which is one of the 3 states where the India bloc feels that, you know, it can gain the numbers. Yeah, it can gain the numbers. And in the state of Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu is not the state where they would want to you know, put the BJP on the mat. So why would you want to make a statement here in Tamil Nadu and endorse it when it will have a cascade? And anybody who says that it won't have a cascading effect, but honestly, I don't know what else to say. I mean, because, you know, I mean, you just cannot. I mean, then you are lying through your teeth if you say that it will not have any repercussion in the north of India. You know, because who has the time to understand the nuances which you are parroting?
No, because see, at the end of the day, it is simple. It is simple about your pride in what you believe.
Absolutely.
And you heard that pride.
You can discuss. You know, see, Varghese, I can say that, you know, I don't like the color of your coat, or say the color of my shirt, but I can't say that, you know, oh, people with malaria wear this kind of shirt, or like people who are cursed by God wear this kind of shirt. I mean, you know, comparing it with dengue and all. I mean, for love of God, believe anything you want to do. I mean, I'm hardly bothered about it. But I'm just saying that if I'm a political party, I would be stunned. And I would like beg them not to make this kind of statement if I'm a political party or if I'm part of the India bloc.
Well, in fact, we have Vijay Prasad puts up a picture out from his WhatsApp. I think he's trying to showcase a
in the
picture
last
from
couple of
there.
days.
And I
Yeah, yeah.
understand
In the
that
last-
that picture has been doing rounds in the social media,
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Vijay
See,
Prasad, saying that
okay, now,
he's kneeling
is anyone-
before a priest in a church. Of course, I
Yeah,
mean, there are,
so-
if you try to say that his affiliation is different, then I know a whole lot of BJP leaders who have knelt like that. So in that case, I will be able to embarrass you on the mat on that level. I have Kumanam Rajshekhar falling at the feet of a bishop and taking his blessing. So it need not be saying on that front whether they take, because we are a multi-religious society, let us not in fact have insinuations on that aspects as well. Yes, Mr. Prasad.
There is a difference between taking a blessing and bashing a religion. Will Udayanidhi Stalin will have the same kind of tenacity to bash other religions, say Muslim and Christianity? Will he have the same tenacity as he is showing towards the Hindus? Will he have the same kind of guts to bash Hindus and Christianity? No, he will not have, because there will be a severe backlash from these two religion people. See, Hindus are so tolerant. Hindus are so tolerant in the last 48 hours since he made this statement. If you are talking about the tolerance, it is the Hindus who are so tolerant, and we are within our limits, and we are trying to digest what he is trying to say. But it is a horrendous remark. Can he make that kind of pre-written speech, pre-written notes, and can he stand in middle of 1,000 lights in Chennai and make this kind of statements?
Well, okay,
No,
Mr. Prasad, we get that point. We get that point. Now, I'll give you the last words. I have to, in fact, close the. I give Bhanuchandra the last words, who's been, coming in and going, observing and coming in, has been one of our silent guests. Yes, Bhanuchandra, you get the last words.
Thank you, Verghese. See, you asked a question on whether DMK is a liability, right? So the short answer is yes. So what is going to happen is, because of this statement and because of Congress's reticence, it is personally going to gain. The DMK, which will head the alliance in Tamil Nadu, will gain because of these polarizing statements. But for the whole India alliance, it is an Achilles. DMK is an Achilles heel. They are going to make statements like this, and it is going to come and haunt the alliance. And I think it is going to be a problem for them. One quick point is, one wonders, like, if anybody has been to Tamil Nadu, they will see these mighty temples, the grand poetry, and the grand spiritual history of the Alvas and Myanmar and so on, right? And you also have this politics. So there's a bit of history to it, in which there has been a civilizational conflict, if you can say, between the forces of Hinduism and also from the Christian.
But if you can sum it up in one sentence, I don't have much of time, but I just wanted to give you that last words. Can you sum it up in one sentence, if possible, fast?
It's also a very interesting space in which it is slowly becoming bipolar in nature. Maybe the statements by Udhayanidhi Stalin is going to hurt the DMK in this short term.
Thank you for in fact joining us. Thank you, Vijay Prasad. Thank you, Shyam Prasad Mekar, as well as Bhanuchandra, for in fact speaking. Thank you, Brijesh, also to be there and giving that insight on that India bloc alliances, about the divide that has in fact crept up on this. With that, it's a wrap on this discussion. On the other hand, we have News9 specials, and of course at 1 o'clock we have another big debate coming up on the invite that the President of India has in fact given.
मैं इमरान अहमद खान नियाजी सबके दिल से हल्फ उठाता हूँ.
When Imran Khan came initially into politics, he thought his personal popularity would be